Hi, I'm David James and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Yeah, so there you go. Anyway, we move on to Loan Watch. We promised that we'd do more of this. We haven't really done it, so we thought we'd deliver. We thought we'd over-deliver on International Week. So, as mentioned at the top of the show, and Chris alluded to there, Aubrey's been burning the midnight oil, tracking down representatives for a number of the clubs that we have players on loan at currently. They've sent us some video clips in with their thoughts, so let's go over to them.
Hello, I'm Andy Brassell here to talk to you about the Liverpool loanees out and about in Europe, mainly Luis Alberto, Deportivo La Coruña, Mario Balotelli, Milan and Ladzar Markovic, of course, at Fenerbahce. Now, starting, of course, with Luis Alberto, he's been pretty good, a surprisingly good Depor so far this season. He's been very involved, playing all over the midfield, setting up and scoring goals, so a really promising start from him. Balotelli as well, making a promising start, of course, his debut in the second half of that Milan derby where he came on, made a real difference, really took responsibility and looked great until recently getting injured, and it looks like he'll be out until the new year. Now, the reason I've saved Ladzar Markovic until last is because, let's be honest, Luis Alberto and Balotelli are highly unlikely to come back to Anfield, where Ladzar Markovic probably will. Now, there's been talk of him coming back at Christmas and perhaps being used by Jurgen Klopp in the new year. I think that would be a really terrible mistake. He's only started 5 games in the Turkish Super League so far, and he's looked really promising. He's got involved, done the dribbling that we know he can do, playing mainly in a wide position, as he did for Benfica when he was extremely successful there. And he's shown promise, but that's all it's been so far, promise. He needs to be more involved in games. He stood up to the physical battering that you do get from Turkish defenders if you are that kind of flair player, quite well so far. So I think he should see out the season in Istanbul and come back to Anfield full of confidence to do well in season 2016-2017. Thanks and see you soon.
Hello Redmen TV fans, Jack Reeve here giving my rundown on Andre Wisdom. He's currently on loan at Norwich City, of course, and I've been watching him throughout the season. You guys really bigged him up and I haven't seen that at the moment, but I don't think I've seen that because 1, he hasn't been playing regular football, and 2, he's been played out of position. Well, he made his debut for us at right back, didn't play well there at all, and then was moved into centre-back and has performed a hell of a lot better there. Came in and he said he hasn't got a future at Norwich City, he's fully devoted to Liverpool, which is fair enough, I completely understand that. Obviously he wants to be playing for Liverpool, massive club, but you shouldn't be saying that because us Norwich fans are passionate about our club. We don't really care about Liverpool. We want him playing week in, week out, playing good football for us. He has to cut that out if he wants to make a success of himself, but that might be a bit harsh. I think Andre Wisdom has looked really good at centre-back. He's big, he's strong, he's good on the floor, passing it about, but I don't think he's cut out to be a right-back. He's not quick enough, and he doesn't track back enough for me. Subscribe to me, Talk Norwich City if you want to see more Norwich City content, more about Andre Wisdom maybe, and I'll see you later.
Who? Thomas Boff from wolvesblog.com, just giving you a quick update on how Sheyi is getting on at Molineux this season. I think it's worth noting that he was brought in to replace Bakary Sakho, who obviously left for free to Crystal Palace in the summer, which was a massive blow to our team and left a gaping hole that needed filling. So it was always going to be difficult for a youngster, albeit one coming down from the Premier League and Liverpool, to come straight into the team and expect to make that kind of impact. And I think Sheyi's found it quite difficult. He's been largely out of the team, coming off the bench rather than starting games. And I think the issue is that too often, physically, the game passes him by. He can do something quite good on the ball, but then we can go 20, 30 minutes where it's like you forget that he's playing. Times he's come off the bench, he's actually done quite well. He came off the bench at Fulham, scored 1 really good goal, set another one up, scored in the derby off the bench. And he's generally okay, he's got a bit of pace, he's got a bit of trickery, but it's the mucky parts of the game that I think let him down. But it's difficult for me to say right now that I think he's going to come back to Liverpool, and be challenging for a first team place, because I just don't see it at the moment.
Sergi Canos. What can I say about Sergi Canos? What I can say about Sergi Canos is Brentford fans love Sergi Canos. And when you get a player on loan and they're completely and utterly enthusiastic, they love the club they pay for, they give 100% for the club they pay for, that is Sergi Canos. He was on the bench, no one knew much about him, brought him on second half. He was tearing down that wing, just taking players on. The Preston defenders did not know how to handle him. Crosses the ball in, bang, V-Base scores, goal for equaliser. He's the type of player who decides when he's been at the club for a few days to change his Twitter profile to show him celebrating the goal in the red and white stripe. He's there attacking players. He's not afraid to track back on players. He's there in all sorts of positions. He'll get stuck in. He'll have an argument, He even actually got called up for Spain under-19s. Could be a very influential player for Spain. He went, no interest. I'm staying with Brentford because I want to fight for my place for the QPR game, which is in a few weeks' time. He's only started one game out of the 10 that he's played for Brentford. The other 9 he's come off the bench, but he's seen as more, I see it as a bit of an impact player. He's learning his game at the moment now. He's really learning his game, and he's learning his game very well down at Griffin Park. Should Sergi Canos be going back to Liverpool anytime soon? I say absolutely not. A player like him needs to get game time. How long should he stay for us? For maybe 6 months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years. Maybe you should just sell him to us because, we like him and we want Sergi to stay in West London.
Hi, my name's Neil Allison from Sky Blues blog and the Neil Empty Show podcast for Coventry City. I just want to talk a little bit about Ryan Kent, who we've had from you guys for a couple of months now. He's been a really impactful player for us. You will have seen the YouTube videos yourself and probably seen the youth team games. He's so direct and so sort of skillful with the ball, and that's not something we've been able to say about Coventry City players for a long time, but he's really valuing the type of football that we're playing at the moment and really garnering a lot of confidence from what we're able to offer him, which is a winning team and a lot of players around him who are also feeling confident about themselves. I mean, there's a mumbling, a criticism of him around the Coventry City fan base, around his sort of final ball and the actual final influence of his play. But he's 18. He's almost so confident. He knows he's good enough to beat these players on his own. He scored a goal the other day, which was awesome. You've probably all seen the vine as well of the skill that he did in a game against Peterborough, I think it was the other week. And it's kind of that 6 seconds is Ryan Kent in a nutshell. So ingenious in terms of the way he plays the game. But what you didn't see in that clip was that he actually lost the ball afterwards, which is kind of what we're at with him, Ryan Kent at the moment. Again, it's not a criticism. We're here to embrace him as a footballer and help you out, and obviously he's helping us out as well because he still has an impact, even if he may not be scoring the goals or setting them up or making bad decisions. Just him being on the pitch and being such a threat with the ball and able to take players on it at every single opportunity. That makes Ryan Kent a valuable option for us. And I wouldn't say he's close to getting into your first team at the moment, but in a couple of years' time, I'm sure you'll start to see a bit more of him around the first team.
There you go. The thing that stands out for me, because it's interesting because it's Christmas!
Yeah, in like a month and a bit. But anyway, Redmen TV Christmas sweatshirts are available now. 3 designs to pick from, 2 brand new ones, as you can see here, and a third that we've forgotten to bring in. You've got Merry Klopmas, Catini, ho, ho, ho. Chris, where can you get them from?
RedmenTVshop.com. They are available for 3 weeks only, up until Sunday, the 6th of December 2015. Make sure you get it in nice and early. They're made to order, and you will have them before Christmas.
Bespoke Christmas loveliness. So if you're sick of looking like everyone else at the Christmas party and you want to be more Liverpool silly themed, that's what we're here for. 3 years on the bounce. Get them now while you can. Cheers.